Hey everyone, welcome to Scenic Sights and Bites. My name is Zach if you're new to the channel. Now today's a special day because today is Tuesday, and in particular at our house it is Taco Tuesday. Now the only problem with Taco Tuesday is when you're doing keto, it's pretty hard to have store-bought tacos. You don't need to worry about that because when you're doing keto there are other ways that you can enjoy having Taco Tuesday, and I'm going to share those with you right now. So be sure to stick around to the end because I'm going to give you more than one idea. So the first way we're going to do this is actually making your own shells. Now there's different recipes that you're going to be able to find on the internet, different ideas. These shells here I made strictly out of cheese, and they turned out really nice. You can see them up close there. And they're really low carb because the only ingredient is cheddar cheese. They're super easy to make and they taste fantastic. Okay, so let's get started. Preheat your oven to 375, grab a large cookie sheet and line it with parchment paper. Now there's a couple of ways to form them. I've got this cool little tray right here, but you can use a wire rack and hang them over a couple of the wires, or even use a wooden spoon. All you have to do for either of those is to suspend it over something like a sink. We're going to use about 1/3 cup to even 1/2 cup of grated cheddar cheese. So there's my grater. We're going to start that up right now. Now I'm not going to bore you while I grate the cheese, so let's just speed things up a bit. There we go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take that 1/3 cup, or even a little bit more than 1/3 cup, dump it on your parchment paper, and then you're going to form it into a fairly round circle, about 5 inches or 6 inches in diameter. There, I've got 3 on the pan. That's all I wanted. You could probably fit 4 on that pan, or if you had a larger baking sheet, even up to 6. And just keep an eye on it. You're going to bake it for about 7 or 8 minutes. You want those edges to start getting brown. You don't want the whole thing to be brown, though. It'll get kind of hard and it won't form as nice. So after it sits for about 2 minutes, you're going to take them off the pan with a spatula and hang them over your wooden spoon wire rack or taco form like I've got here. And they are going to be greasy, and just let the grease strip off, let them sit for a couple of minutes, and then I like to pat them with a paper towel after, just to soak up any excess grease. But they're nice and delicious and crispy. So then just going on to make the rest of the tacos, I just make it the way I make it for the family. So we've got the ground beef, and I add once the ground beef is cooked, I add the taco seasoning that we either bought or that came in the taco kit, because I'm the only one in the family that does keto, so that's how it goes. Now there are carbs in that taco seasoning. If you look at the back of the pack of the one I had, and I'm not going to throw brand names out there, but it said there was 2 grams of carbs for every 1/6 of a pack. So 1/6 of the meat, basically, 2 grams of carbs, which really isn't that bad. But I know there are some recipes out there for making your own taco seasoning. So, if you want to make your own, you can look into that. Otherwise, I've never had a problem using this. Oh boy, look at that. That looks good. Give it another stir here. Of course, we're doing everything like super fast, just so as not to bore you. Get that in the bowl. Perfect. And that's what it looks like. That's for my meal. So I'm going to go ahead and make one of these right now and see how that goes. Make sure you put some hot sauce on. And of course, even though the shell is made out of cheese, no taco is complete without more cheddar cheese on top. Perfect. Doesn't that look good? Just like the real thing almost. So it's a little bit messy, but hey, you can sit here with the family. You can enjoy a nice taco. It looks the same. It holds everything together. And unlike the store-bought taco shells, these typically don't break apart. Okay, so the only thing better than one taco is having three. But what other ways can you have a delicious taco meal if you don't want to make the shells? Okay. Well, another thing that I've done in the past before I discovered this method is scrambled eggs. So let's get started. I'm gonna add some butter. Now you're on keto, so don't worry about the butter. Don't use margarine. Okay, so my scrambled eggs are ready the way I like them. Now I'm going to add my ingredients. So for me, it's definitely got to be taco meat. So we're just going to let that ground beef cook in there with the eggs. It's a good time to add some cheese so that can melt in with it. And now's also a great time to add some salsa. This isn't the salsa sauce I normally use, but that's what the family already had out, so I'm just kind of going with it. Let's get some of that hot sauce. Now, of course, you can add whatever vegetables to this you want. I like sometimes adding cut up green pepper. And there you have it. It looks good on the plate. I did add a little bit of extra cheddar cheese just on top there for a little bit of looks, and plus I like cheese. And I threw a little dollop of sour cream on top. Believe it or not, you mix that in with it. It tastes really good. And so that's it. This is my new favorite way of making it though. Now, one thing I'm going to say about these shells, they are a little greasy, right? It's made out of cheddar cheese. So, you know, when they're hanging, a bit of grease is going to drip off. And then I usually just take a paper towel and give it a quick pat, and that takes off a little bit of excess. Now, speaking of tacos, what I put on my taco is some of this delicious hot sauce that I got from Mexico. Now, I'm not trying to sell you hot sauce, but this does bring up a good point. One of the places we love to travel is Mexico. And when we were in Mexico the last time, we were in search of the best tacos and pina coladas in the Cancun area. Now, if you want to see those videos, just, I'm not sure what side of the screen it's on. I'm going to link to it up here. You just go ahead and click on that and that'll take you to those videos. I'll also put a link in the description for you. So I appreciate you coming and checking out our channel today. I hope now you have a new way of eating tacos with the family, a couple of new ways. And if you liked what you saw, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a message in the comments. Let me know how well it turned out for you, what your favorite toppings are. I look forward to hearing from you. And go ahead and click on that red subscribe button, ding that bell so you get notified every time we release a new food or travel video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, on behalf of Callie and myself, Zach, have a good one.